stand a chance to win a trip for two to Spain to watch Real Madrid live in action with @Nivea Man SA. Buy any Nivea Man deep product and enter *120 *607 hash to stand a chance. You can explore the sights of Madrid. You will have a training session at the Real Madrid training ground and a tour to the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Terms and conditions apply. The competition starts from the 1st of March to the 30th of April 2023. iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Bafana Bafana 2, Liberia 1 in Liberia. AstroTurf, Zakhele Lipasa and Mihlali Mayambela, the goal scorers. Well done. Thank you to the gentlemen who played in that game today. Made it very, very difficult for yourselves, but you did what you had to do. Beat Liberia, move them out of the way. Whatever happens with Morocco, if you actually get a draw or a win against Morocco, that would be a huge confidence booster, even though, of course, that's unlikely. Mr. So-and-so, former Bafana midfielder, what do you make of the game, sir?
Mr. Kewujal,
Mr. So-and-so.
Ngibulisa Drake,
ngibulisa
Junior. Ngibulisa nemakhaya, and support njalo la iDiskiTV. So benjobe njalo ngichike futhi.
Nothing was the same.
Mr. Kew, you know, I came here today in Busele 15 years back. Where you know you have to pray for a win. I don't care ukuthi ngiswina kanjani against Nigeria, but we have to win. No, this is not right. You know, you playing against a very good team that knows they've got quality players. They play good football. They play as a team. They know what they're doing. They've got a good coach. Not in a manner that I did respect Ilo to Liberia, but for me, we put ourselves in a very difficult position in our lives. We had everything in our hands. First leg like I. And then I got confused preparing to the game. Then that's where I'm like, please, I need people to help me, Mr. Nkeo. And even now, I can include you. When the coach says, we first leg, Marianne's interview after, we played well. We played very well. We had a game in our hands. We were supposed to wrap the game first half. That's what he said. Okay. So now, what made you to change the very same team that did very well, and then we change our now uzodlala against Liberia second leg?
Yeah, a lot of people were worried about that first starting lineup. Yeah. Although, to be fair, Zakhele Lipasa scored, which was the changed striker. Mihlali Mayambela scored as well, which was the substituted player who started this game. You know, but a lot of people were worried about that because you could see that the composition of the squad, the personality of that formation is going to be slightly more defensive than usual, which was going to be always a negative thing. The approach which is defensive is always going to be negative because you're inviting the opposition to take those long throws, and then we're in the 89th minute, we're still worried. In the 85th minute, we're still worried because you're inviting them. You know, so I was scared when I saw that starting lineup.
Mr. Kew, you know, mina ngithema ngibona ngivele nje ngaba angazi ukuthi ama-cramp rini emzimbeni, I don't know, because when I look at the first leg and I was like, these guys, they only came to us second half, né? And I remember when I said in football, unfortunately, when the man is down, you need to kick him. You need to kick him, Mr. Kew. Don't give him time and space, because once he can get that time and space, you don't know what it is that he can do. And like I said, that's what they did first leg. And even now, they've put us, you know, they've put us under pressure, but we allowed them to put us under pressure. We scored a goal. We couldn't manage the game. They equalized. Again, we couldn't say to ourselves, look, let's show the character of saying we want to win. We need to get a goal so that if anything happens, it's a draw of 2-2. We're still on the same side. Yeah. We understand. But now we were like, engati, the 1-1, it's okay for us. The body language of our players, I
remember we were talking about the fact that do they actually know that if it's 1-1,
yes,
you actually inferior go head to head?
Mr. Nkeo, I remember the moment when Niger against South Africa in Mbombela. I was still working with FM. Yeah. And then I said, look, do they know the rules? Do they understand the rules? That head to head, we're out. Whether they know that we need a win, we don't need a draw. Because a draw is kicking us out. So we need a win. And when I look at these boys in their body language, and I was like, oh, Jehovah, do they know that if
it's 1-1,
1-1,
we're out on
we're out because there's no way we're going to beat Ilontuzana in Morocco. I don't know. Maybe people don't say Nyakula like can. I don't see ourselves beating Ilontuzana. Strike beating Morocco. Well done to Rowan. Yes, the first goal. Yeah, we can blame him there and there, but you know it happens in the game. So I think he misjudged the ball in terms of the bouncing. So he was caught off guard. By the time when he reacted to the ball, he was late.
He's always coming under scrutiny when he plays for Bafana Bafana. Like the spotlight is on him. His first ever game, he played for Bafana Bafana. He conceded 5 goals. We're playing against Brazil. Not a lot of that was his fault, but it seems as though like the recurring theme. Ron Williams. With Sundowns, you get protected. You play for the best team in the country, top 3 teams on the continent, right? So you get protected because they are very offensive. Best way to defend is to attack. So they hardly attack you because you're always attacking them. Right? So you never see his flaws. But here at Bafana Bafana, I'm not saying this because I don't necessarily have a problem with him. I think any other goalkeeper, if we put Uvele Motwa, he will be inferior to Ronan Williams. And any other goalkeeper that's available on the South African landscape, they will be inferior. Mara, I think when I sense or I look at people's sentiments about Ronan Williams, it's always that, like with those 2 goals, they came back to him. This goal, I think, definitely will go back to him as well. He's always under pressure with Bafana Bafana.
You know, Mr. Geo, I think we need to teach our football people in terms of understanding the game. You know, the coach, the keeper can make a mistake and concede a goal. As coaches, we look at the first mistake to lead to the goal. Then if you can fix there, it's not going to come here. So yes, Ian Avela, they always hammer him, but you know, he always come on top. You know, you always prove that he's a good keeper. Look at Wenzil.
Yeah, he's the reason why it ended 2-1.
Yes, because without him, that's why I'm saying we need to teach our football people to say, yes, he can make a mistake. He's a human being. He will make a mistake, he will concede. But sometimes we need to look at a good team where the problem is to the end. And today, for me, he was there for us where we needed him. So he saved 2 golden opportunity for Lapierre to really equalize. Mr. Keo,
I want to ask you, like, as a parting shot, wrapping up. I always try to see, like, okay, if playing against, so let's say Nedbank Cup is coming. Pirates is playing against Dondol Stars. Ne? We know Dondol Stars is in the APC Motsepe League. Yes, we know they beat SuperSport, they beat Amazulu. Yes. They knocked them out on penalties.
Yes.
But this is how you gauge your strength. I'm a Chelsea supporter. When Chelsea is playing in the FA Cup against a 3rd-tier division team, I say there is no reason for you to lose this game. If you lose it, I will be extremely angry. Now, Bafana played against a team that's number 150 in the world. My logic is saying then that if you struggle against these guys, there was a point here when we were at 1-1 where I was like, I don't care if they qualify for AFCON. I'm just worried that when we get to AFCON, we're just going to be embarrassed. Because if against Liberia, you cannot even impose yourself, you cannot even read the game, you cannot even manipulate the game into your favor. You can see you go to Liberia, struggles to deal with 1-2s, they can't even pick up people. They're very weak at the back, but you're not exposing that. Then I shudder to think what would happen when you face against the Ivory Coast, when you face against Egypt, when you face against Tunisia, like Algeria, and all of those big guns on African football. Going ahead, we're going to Ivory Coast next year in the African Cup of Nations. What's your thinking when you look at these guys struggling against a team that's 150 in the world?
Mzangeo, let them go and add a number, and then we'll see when they come back. No, I'm just brutally honest. Mzangeo, It's just that we put ourselves in unnecessary situations where we don't even need. It nearly happened the very same way it happened against when we play against Izim La Ekaya, when we failed to beat them Ekaya. And then we have to go and face the Ghana, hoping we play a draw against Ghana. So we've got things in our hands, but we always try and we throw them away. Because even today, we almost throw the game away, of which we had the game in our hands here. And in the last thing that I will say, you failed to hammer Liberia. Not in a bad way. Please, people bang chatting in the they don't have resources like us. And they are not in a good state where really I would say they could have everything to really focus upon and win and play other countries. They are not in that good state. They are not abantu that they are not in good state. Uzobenza abantu that they've got the very same facilities like you. That they've got better players. I can even say a better coach. Because a better coach, when he sees that there's questions, he comes with answers. And then when our coach, he can't even see questions, then it's a problem. So they must, look, boys, to be honest, I had to really pray for you guys to win. And
you were the most positive person here.
Yeah,
all of us were so worried, and you were like, at least get a goal, at least get a goal, at least get a goal.
I said, I didn't have time, we're going to win 2-1. You know, Mr. Nkeo, we unfortunately, these boys, I would say they are caught in the middle. Yeah, where they sacrifice their lives, Baba say campaign, they need to work hard. And then they've got the coach that since he took over, we don't know his structure the way of playing, we don't know. Man, it ain't minang mazi mina. Among a team mina uti ugo prosi way of playing Injan, I don't know. So I'm sorry for the boys, but well done, boys.
Let them go take selfies at AFCON.
Go there, it's done, it's okay, boys. You go to AFCON, go there and hope maybe things will get better, maybe some miracles. No, the men above can come up and say, boys, I'll take you to semi-final.
Well, the nice thing about the African Cup of Nations, for all those who don't know, is that it's a relatively new format. It's more teams. Therefore, it means that you can even be number 3 in your group, That means you throw one game and throw another one, 3 draws, 3 points, then you can still qualify for the last 16 because they've extended the competition. So at least Gezamani matches. We came one. I think that's what happened the last time we were at the AFCON, that we were the best placed number 3 because we won 1 game. I think China maybe, if I'm not mistaken, and then Shayo last 16. At least bonus. Go out there to Cote d'Ivoire and represent us and add number. It is good times. World Sports Betting. Thank you very much.